Hi everyone, I'm Colleen and I'm back for another live stream brought to you by the awesome people over at Princess Dental Staffing. So happy everyone could be here with me on this Wednesday. Today's topic is time management as a dental assistant. So last week's stream, we talked about staying on time, the importance of staying on time and how you can stay on time as a dental hygienist. Hygienist. So this week we're talking about dental assistants. And of course, we've talked a lot about the importance of time management, staying on time, and setting yourself up for success throughout the day. And as a dental assistant, it can be super, super stressful when you know that there are patients waiting on you, team members waiting on you in order to move forward with daily tasks, okay? And that can cause a lot of undue stress and, just a lot of tension throughout the day, okay? So today we are gonna be sharing with you 4 quick tips to help you massively improve your time management as a dental assistant, okay? But before we dive into that, just want to remind everyone that each week we are bringing you a new live stream that covers a new topic regarding your career in the dental industry. So if you don't want to miss out on future streams, be sure to follow our page or subscribe to our channel. If you like the content we're bringing you, be sure to drop us a like. And of course, if you have any thoughts, comments, questions on any of the information that we're bringing you, be sure to comment below. And if we couldn't answer or get to it when this stream was live, of course, we will circle back to you as soon as possible. Okay. If you want more information on the content that we're bringing you, be sure to check out Princess Dental Staffing's website, which is princessdentalstaffing.com. And while you're there, you can also take a look at, the open positions that Princess Dental Staffing has posted, okay? Princess Dental Staffing is a dental job board offering full-time, part-time, permanent, and temporary positions for front office personnel, dental assistants, dental hygienists, and even dentists in a variety of different areas. So be sure to check out what's available in your area. You can also create a profile and get your information in front of hiring managers as well, so they can see all the awesome things that you're doing in your career, okay? Alrighty, so let's jump into today's topic. Again, time management as a dental assistant. Excuse me. Okay, so tip number 1, limiting your distractions. So as a dental assistant, your attention is going to be pulled a bunch of different ways all throughout the day. And one of the biggest distractions that can kind of pull you away from work and kind of refocus you is your phone, right? Phones are a huge distraction, but they're kind of a necessary evil. It's 2021. We use our phones for a lot of things, okay? So sometimes you just can't get away from your phone, okay? But you want to limit those distractions as much as possible. So if for some reason you do need to be on your phone, be sure to let your leadership know, your management knows, just so they know that you're not just messing around on your phone and not doing work that needs to get done. So if you have to be on your phone, let's say you have you're anticipating possibly like a family emergency or something like that, let your management know. And cell phone policies are going to be different from office to office. So make sure that you know what your cell phone policy is. And again, if there are any things that might prevent you from following that cell phone policy, be sure to take it up with your management, okay? Other things that you can do in order to kind of minimize those distractions, because again, phones can be very distracting, even if they're not ringing or making sounds, the vibration, if it's in your pocket or something, you can feel that, and you don't necessarily need to address every single notification that you get, okay? And in previous posts, we have also talked about the time it takes to refocus onto the task once you've been distracted, right? So your phone, you get a notification on your phone, you check your phone, and then when you're done checking your phone, you're like, okay, what was I doing? And that's a huge time waster, the time spent, and it adds up over the day. Just a few minutes here and there adds up over the day when you have to take the time to focus back on what you're doing. So one way that you can actually help minimize the distractions on your phone is to go to your settings, your app settings, and take out the notifications, like turn off the notifications for all those applications that you don't really need to be notified about during the day. For example, I've got my email apps and those sorts of things on my phone. If I don't need to check them right away, I can go ahead and just turn off those notifications. The other thing that I do when I'm working in an office, I used to give only a few family members and close friends my actual office number. Okay, and that way, if they called me on my cell phone or they sent me a text or something on my cell phone, I knew it wasn't anything that I had to get to right away. But if they called me on the office phone, I told them office phone was only for emergencies. And that way, if it is an emergency and it's something I need to drop and do and take care of right now for whatever reason, they knew to call the office phone. Okay, so just something else to kind of help you minimize those distractions that your phone can give you. Okay. All right, so that's number one. Number two, okay, assess and prioritize, okay? So again, your attention as a dental assistant is going to be pulled in a bunch of different directions, and you're going to have a lot of different tasks that are requiring you to kind of take care of them very quickly or very soon or just right now. And some of us are really great at multitasking. Some people have that unique talent where they can actually focus on multiple tasks at a time, and those tasks that they're focusing on, they can give equal attention, okay, and equal quality of work and results for all of those tasks that they're focusing on. But not all of us. It's actually kind of a rare trait. So for a lot of us, multitasking can actually get you even further behind in your work when really you were trying to multitask to catch up. And again, that undue stress is just going to get larger and larger and weigh on you. So a really great strategy for this is to be able to assess and prioritize, okay? So make sure that you're assessing everything that needs to get done and then prioritizing by level of importance, okay? It can also kind of help you to assess and prioritize first thing in the morning, right? Coming in first thing in the morning, taking a look at everything that needs to get done during the day and being able to kind of prioritize. Now, obviously, best laid plans, sometimes, things kind of interrupt you, and that's fine. That's going to happen. That's just life, okay? But having a plan in place can really kind of help you feel more confident about the day, and also help you kind of move from task to task smoothly throughout the day as well, okay? So yes, assessing and prioritizing, okay? Number three, being familiar and ready to explain procedures. So we have spoken in length in multiple different streams on, in our posts on Princess Dental Staffing's blog about how common it is for patients to feel anxious when going to the dentist, right? They get very anxious because of of unknown procedures, unknown services, surrounding the fear of maybe something being very painful, surrounding the fear of people working in your mouth and you can't see what's going on. There's a lot of stuff to be anxious about, all the noise in the office and all those sorts of things. There's tons of things to be anxious about. But one of the things that patients will definitely exacerbate that anxiety for those patients is not knowing what's going to happen during their appointment. Okay. So, make sure that you as the dental assistant know what the patient is coming in for, how the appointment is planned to go. And that way, when the patient asks you questions, you can answer them because you're the dental expert in the room. Right? So they want to be able to ask you questions and you be able to answer them. And nothing is more anxiety inducing than when a medical professional tells you, I don't know. Okay, so make sure you have as much information as possible on the patient before they come in, so that when they ask you questions, you're able to answer them with confidence and be able to address all of those concerns and questions that they may have. Also, make sure that you're using those effective communication techniques. We've talked about them before. Make sure you're using plain language so that the patient can understand everything that's going on, right? Also, make sure that you're using those active listening skills, okay? So you explain something to the patient and then ask them, okay, does all of that make sense? Okay, was there anything that you didn't quite understand? Was there anything I could go over for you? And when they respond, you say, okay, what I'm hearing is, okay? So make sure you're using those active listening and effective communication techniques in order to build that rapport with that patient, reduce their anxiety, and be able to let them know everything that's going on and having that transparency in your communications. Okay. And lastly, number 4, ending on time. And of course, this can be applied to just about any task, okay? But ending on time is super important for you, for the dentist, the hygienist, and for front office personnel as well, okay? So make sure that you are paying attention to your time. Make sure that you kind of get an idea of how long each procedure is going to take so you can kind of plan out your day. And of course, always make sure you set yourself up for success. So make sure that everything has a place and that is in its place. Make sure that you're organized. Make sure that you've got those instruments sterilized if you know that you're going to need them later, so that you can just reach for them and move through the appointment very smoothly and end on time. Okay, so let's go over them one more time. Time management for dental assistants. Number 1, limiting distractions. Okay, make sure if you can, go ahead and turn off that phone and turn off those. If you can't, then go ahead and turn off those notifications that you don't need throughout the day and that are going to pull your attention and force you to take the extra time to get back on track. Okay. Number 2, assess and prioritize. If you can multitask, great. If you can't, make sure you're assessing everything that needs to get done and prioritizing those tasks and getting them done orderly. Okay. Number 3, being familiar and ready to explain procedures to patients. Make sure you know what the patient is coming in for so that you can answer their questions and explain, how the appointment is going to go, really integrating that transparency in your communications and reducing the patient's stress level, okay, and anxiety. And lastly, number 4, ending on time. Make sure you know how long you plan to spend with each patient so that you can kind of plan out the rest of your day, okay? And so that you can end on time and so you can facilitate, office operations, okay? All right. Awesome. Thanks for being here with me today, everyone. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you tuned in. And if you weren't here when this stream was live, so glad that you got to watch it later. We're going to be back next week, next Wednesday. We're coming in every Wednesday with a new topic. So we will be back next Wednesday with a new topic discussing your career in the dental industry. Until then, make sure you stay safe. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. All right. Bye, everyone.